Have you ever had a moment when you suddenly realized that everything in your life, your successes, your failures, your emotions, even your identity, was shaped by your own thoughts? It took me 30 years to understand this. For almost 3 decades, I lived on autopilot. I reacted to life instead of shaping it. I chased things. I struggled. I questioned myself. But one day, something shifted. I realized that my thoughts were not passive visitors in my mind. They were the architects of my entire reality. And once I understood this, everything about my life began to change. Today I want to share that journey with you. Not as a teacher, not as a guru, just as someone who finally woke up to the power of their own mind. For most of my life, I believe that life happened to me. Opportunities came or didn't come. People treated me well or badly. Money appeared or disappeared. I thought I was responding to external events, but I was wrong. Every second, without realizing it, I was shaping my reality through my thoughts. If I expected things to be difficult, they became difficult. If I felt like I wasn't enough, the world mirrored that back to me. If I believed I didn't have control, I didn't. Then one day, out of nowhere, the thought hit me. I cannot change my past, but every single moment, I am already creating my future. This wasn't just a motivational quote. It was a realization that hit me so deeply that my entire perspective shifted. Suddenly I understood that my thoughts weren't harmless ideas. They were powerful forces directing the course of my life. People often underestimate the mind. We think a thought is just a thought. But the truth is, every thought has a consequence. Thoughts shape your emotional state. Emotions shape your actions. Actions shape your habits. And habits shape your entire life. So a tiny thought, something as simple as, I'm tired, I'll fail, nothing will change, can slowly pull your whole life downward. And the opposite is also true. A simple thought like, I can do this, I'm learning, this moment is shaping me, can transform everything. Once I understood this, I became more careful with the thoughts I allowed to grow inside my mind. It was like learning that I had been holding the steering wheel my entire life, without even realizing it. We often expect big thoughts to change our lives, like big dreams, big goals, big statements. But what I discovered is much more subtle. The most powerful thoughts are the small ones we repeat every day. Think about it. The thoughts you have while making coffee, the thoughts you have while waiting for the bus, the thoughts you have right before you fall asleep. These thoughts quietly shape your identity. If your daily thoughts are negative, fearful, doubtful, your life becomes negative, fearful, and doubtful. If your daily thoughts are intentional, strong, and conscious, your reality slowly shifts to match them. I realize something important. Your mind listens to everything you say to yourself. Every single thought is a seed, and the seeds you plant today will become the life you live tomorrow. This understanding changed the way I move through the world. I started questioning my thoughts. I started observing them. I started choosing them. And that choice is what created the difference. People ask, how do I change my life? My answer is simple. Start by becoming aware of your thoughts. Most people never notice what they're thinking. They don't see the patterns that control them. They don't realize that their mind is constantly creating meanings, stories, fears, and limits. When you become aware, two things happen. 1. You stop believing every thought. You understand that not all thoughts are true. Some thoughts are old fears. Some are old memories. Some are someone else's voice that you accidentally adopted. 2. You gain the freedom to choose different thoughts, and this is where real transformation begins. Because if you can choose your thoughts, you can choose your emotions, you can choose your actions, you can choose the direction of your entire life. Awareness gives you back your power. Here's the most powerful part of my realization. Every second, we are living in the future we are creating with our present thoughts. Not tomorrow, not next year, not someday. Right now. This moment is not just happening. You are shaping it. Everything you think today becomes a physical reality later. Everything you visualize today becomes your direction. Everything you believe today becomes your identity. Life is not waiting to start. It is happening now, and you are already writing the next chapter with your thoughts. Once I understood this, I stopped focusing on what I couldn't change. I stopped thinking about the past. I stopped wasting energy on what I didn't control. Instead, I asked myself, what future am I creating with the thoughts I'm having right now? And that question changed my life trajectory completely. So, how do you start using the power of your thoughts? Here are 3 simple steps. 1. Observe your thoughts without judgment. Just notice them. Notice the patterns. Notice the tone of your inner voice. Awareness is step 1. Second question. Any thought that limits you. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me or hurting me? If it's hurting, you don't have to keep it. 3. Choose thoughts that match the future you want. Not the future you fear. Not the future someone else expects. The future you truly want. Because your thoughts are the blueprint of your reality. It took me years to understand the power of my thoughts, but once I saw it, I could never unsee it. You are not powerless. You are not stuck. You are not defined by your past. You are the thinker, the creator, the one who decides what story your life will tell. Your thoughts are not just ideas. They are the beginning of everything. And the moment you realize this, your entire life begins to change. Thank you for listening. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who needs it. And remember, your thoughts shape your future. Choose them wisely.